What's going on, guys? Ryan here. I hope you're all good. What I want to talk about today is 3 things, and if you implement these 3 things into your coaching or consulting business, you won't believe how much easier and smoother everything will become. All right, you'll be able to stand out more, your content will hit better, and ultimately you'll have better sales conversations and you'll close easier. Now, before I get into this, go down, hit the like button, show some support, hit the subscribe button. All right, 2/3 of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so go and hit that now. And then hit the bell next to it as well so you get notified when I bring out new videos. And also, what I'm gonna start doing is some client shout outs, all right? So I'm gonna start today. Shout out to Farah. Last night, she closed a $2,700 client as a health coach. And then we bumped her price up to $3,200, all right? So you can charge high ticket in the health coaching space. So if you wanna find out how she did it, how we do it, and how all 300 plus of our other clients have done it, go and have a look in the description. You can check out the Elite Coaching Mastermind. It's a year-long mastermind where we teach you exactly how to scale your coaching business, to start and scale your coaching business to 6 figures. If you're a coach or a consultant and you're struggling to grow your business and you're not in the Elite Coaching Mastermind, what are you doing? You must love struggling or something like that, right? Go down, check it out now. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 things to help you scale. The first thing that you have to have in place if you want to scale consistently is a unique process. You have to stand out. You have to be different from everyone else in your marketplace. The last thing you want when a prospect looks at what you offer, the last thing you want is for them to go, oh, this again. And the marketplace is becoming more and more competitive. So the more people who enter the marketplace, the more important it is to stand out. And here's how you stand out. Let me just explain it. Our brains are millions of years old. Okay, in the last 10, 20, 30, 40,000 years, we've changed very little. We still have the same brains that we had when we were out hunting mammoths and trying to stay out of the way of saber-toothed tigers. But look at us today in 2023, everything's coming at us 100 miles an hour. We've got planes in the sky. You can speak to people on the other side of the world, but our brains are exactly the same as they were thousands of years ago. And the reason I'm telling you this is because our brain is evolved over millions of years to keep us safe. And the way that it does this is it has a filter. When information comes in and it comes into our brain decides, do I need to pay attention to this or can I just disregard it? So if you see something again and again and again and again and again, what's going to happen is your brain is going to get to the point where every time you see that, your brain doesn't even take any notice of it. Think about it. When you're walking down the street, do you pay attention to the sound of the leaves like all the time? Okay. Or if someone's speaking on the phone across the road, do you listen to every word they say? No, because you've seen it thousands of times. You don't even notice it happening. However, if somebody was to go, Ryan, I'm going to pay attention instantly, okay? Because my brain is wired to think that that is important to me. Now, the reason this is important for you and your offer is if you are pitching an offer, if you are talking about an offer, if you're creating content or whatever the case may be, and your offer sounds like everything else in the marketplace, what's going to happen is people's brains by default, they're just going to go, I've seen that before, and they're going to move on. So if your offer is not landing, if it's not resonating, if it's not getting people excited, this is why. So how do we fix this? Well, you have to come up with what's called a unique mechanism. You have to come up with your process, and then within your process, you have to have a unique mechanism, which is what you do differently. And your unique mechanism has to be the thing that actually makes your process work. And when you do this, you can position your offer as the best or only way for the prospect to get the result. If you can do that, what does that mean by default? It means they have to buy from you if they want the result. Now, the second step is you have to dial in your content strategy, right? Now, this kind of ties into step 1 in terms of getting attention and that sort of thing. But a lot of coaches and consultants, they do the whole content thing all wrong. They're purely focused on providing value. And let me tell you, you can provide all the value in the world in your free content. People are just going to watch it and go, thanks, Ryan, see ya. You have to create demand for your unique process, and you have to create engagement. All right, let's talk about engagement first. In today's market, it's very, very saturated, very, very noisy. Gone are the days where you can just send someone to a web page and then they give you $2,000 or whatever the case may be. All right, in today's market, conversations lead to conversions. And a lot of the time, the way that you're going to get that conversation started is through a piece of content. Someone engages with your content then you can reach out to them and then you get the call booked and then you make the sale. So engagement is crucial. Not only that, but also if your content has engagement on it, what's going to happen is it's going to boost you in the algorithm, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and more people are going to see your stuff. So if your content, no matter how valuable it is, if it's not creating engagement, not many people are going to see it. This is why I'm seeing people failing and struggling left, right, and center with these Hormozy style reels, which they think is super valuable, but really no one cares, no one's engaging with them, so no one's even seeing them. Now let's talk about creating demand. How do you create demand for your product or service? Well, it all starts with having that unique process. If you don't have a unique process, you cannot create demand in your content. Let me explain. Starts with the process, okay? Then you have to understand, going back to the whole brain thing, all right, what is important to your prospects and what is not. So let's say you're a health coach, all right? People don't care about your macros. People don't care about your six pack. People don't care about your meal prep, okay? You have to understand that people only move based on two things, either pursuing pleasure or moving away from pain. And a lot of the time, more so, it's moving away from pain. So you have to understand, what do my prospects want desperately and what do they hate? And once you know these two things, all of your content can speak to these two things, all right? Either the things they desperately want or the things they desperately want to avoid, and then you can tie them back into your unique process and position that as a solution. By default, when you do this over the course of days and weeks, they will get to the point where they want to buy your thing. And last but not least, the third thing you have to have in place if you want to consistently scale is a profitable and predictable way to run paid advertising, all right? If you're trying to grow your business purely with organic traffic, you'll get a few clients, fair enough, but it's gonna be painful and you're never ever gonna be able to stop. The moment you stop that posting, your whole business is gonna stop. The moment you stop reaching out to all of those hundreds of strangers, your business is gonna stop, okay? Organic is not predictable. You cannot predict exactly how every single action is gonna perform, okay? However, when you run paid advertising, if you know that for every lead that comes in, you make $40 and you can buy leads for $10, well, then it makes sense to spend as much as you possibly can. Now, a lot of people are scared of paid advertising. That's because they do it wrong. They don't understand how to do it profitably. They don't understand how to track everything so that you can see in black and white, I'm turning $1 into $4, $5, $6 like clockwork. We've had clients literally turn $1 into $13 like clockwork. And here's the best part. Once you get your first client, you slowly reinvest a tiny little bit, then you're just playing with profits. Because you reinvest a little bit, get another client. Reinvest a little bit, get another client. So very, very little of your own money actually has to come out of your bank account to start this. And the best thing about paid advertising is when you find something that's working, when you dial it in and you're like, this is working, I can see it, I'm turning $1 into $5. Well, listen, if you can turn $1 into $5, you can turn 10 grand into 50 grand, okay? And then if you want more leads coming in, if you want more calls coming in, and ultimately more clients, all you have to do is simply turn up the dial. You want to double your income? Spend twice as much. You want to triple your income? Spend 3 times as much. And it really is that simple when you understand how to do this stuff. So those are the 3 things that you have to have in place if you want to scale. If you don't have these in place, I promise you, you're just going to struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. But if you do get these in place, it can turn things around very quickly. So guys, that's everything for this video. Once again, if you want to check out the Elite Coaching Mastermind, I'll show you exactly how to do this, okay? We've taken clients from 0 to 10, 20, 30, even 40 grand in a single month, okay? And we have a year-long mastermind that you can check out below and learn how to do it. And there is also a free training that explains a little bit more about our process and how we do all this sort of stuff. So guys, I hope you found this video valuable. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Take care.